I think so, yeah. What do you got for me?
This is a little fun one because, you know, chat can participate too. But I just need your eyeballs and about 2 minutes, 30 seconds of your time for the video and then 5 minutes for the analysis. Okay?
The analysis, okay.
Yeah, of course. So, what we're studying today is the inaccuracies of eyewitness testimonies. In your opinion, how accurate would you say a witness testimony is? Like, if I'm in court and, you know, the attorney comes out and he's like, you know, the dude's on the stand, the witness is on the stand, and they say, like, sir, is the person that committed the crime in here today? The witness says, yes, he is. And then the attorney's like, can you point him out? And the dude points him out. I'm like, boom, that's it. That guy did it, right? Like, we just trust witness testimony. What percentage would you say that witness testimony is actually accurate?
If I had to guess, I'd say around, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and peg it at 20%.
Okay. Ooh, great guess. Great guess. You know, most people actually originally said 50 to 71%, but the correct answer is 13 to 32%. Now, let's actually put that to the test. I'm going to put a video up. I'm going to send this over to you. I know you want to play Minecraft. I highly suggest paying attention to this. I'm letting you cheat. I'm telling you that this is an eyewitness testimony video. Okay. Let me know when you get there. I'm in a full screen. We're going to hit play at the same time.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna count down on a 3, 2, 1, go. You ready?
Okay, ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. No, it's not the fucking gorilla video. Pause the video, Steven.
Okay, what? Okay.
Pause the video. Oh, okay. So wait, play it a little bit more. Just play it a little. Fuck! I fucked this up. You gotta get the bitch off the screen.
Okay, she's off the screen. Okay.
God damn it! God damn it! Okay. She's off the screen. Now, we're just gonna take a couple seconds to what happened in that video? Just A to Z. This is just, I'm just walking you through the process. This is actually what they call a cognitive interview.
Oh, fuck. Well, this lady just got fucking mean.
No. Let's make it, we gotta make it nice and easy from you. Let's start from the beginning. I know it's a little boring in the beginning. Just walk me through it. What happened?
The lady was like walking through the park. Looks like she was looking for a place to sit down. She probably already knew where this bench was because she was walking like she was on a fucking mission.
Okay.
She strolls through, she gets to her little bench, she goes to set down her like briefcase thing and then her drink or whatever that I think she knocks over. I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not. And then some guy goes like walking by, and then some guy goes jogging by. The jogger guy comes back, pretends he's injured. His friend comes by. I'm guessing these three are all working together. Friend comes by, is like, oh wow, blah blah blah. And then while her attention is diverted, some girl comes from behind and jacks her shit.
Okay.
Right.
And can you describe the person for me that took the purse?
All three people were white. The two runners, I think, had brown or like blondish hair, like Mike, I don't know, like blonde hair. The girl looked like she had, it was either like some form of like dirty brown hair, or like red hair.
I just need a description for the woman. So
okay, I don't know. It was either red or brown. I can't tell because the video is like 4 fucking pixels.
Okay, so you're saying that she may have had red or brown hair. Can you describe her hair a little bit more for me?
She had like a fucking, I think a thing on. I don't know. I can't describe it any more than that.
She had some kind of hair accessory?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. You said she had some kind of thing. Steven, listen, buddy, I'm trying to catch this person. I'm trying to get your purse back. I need to know what they look like. All you've given me so far is they're white and they might have red or brown hair. I need more details.
I don't have any more details, okay? I'm a streamer. If you wanted more details, you should have told me to start recording.
we're doing an exercise here on witness recall testimony. You can't just, I need more information. What was she wearing?
I don't remember. Now it's been like fucking 2 minutes. Okay, I don't fucking remember what she was wearing. Probably like long pants or some shit.
Long pants.
There you go, yeah. I think she had a jacket hoodie thing on, but maybe not. I don't remember.
Hoodie.
Maybe, I have no idea. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember at all.
Dude, do you not think that that's fucking crazy at all? Like, you even left her up on the screen for a second. Like, how do people just not remember it? Like, it just makes me think that anytime that a crime happens and then somebody goes to talk to them about it, none of that is accurate. There's no possible fucking way. Like, when I did this, my chat, everyone said that the lady had brown hair.
Okay.
Including you.
I said she had brown or red, but the quality of the video is really fucking bad, so it's hard to say.
Dude, you know,
but you're also priming us a little bit to like look a little bit harder too. So originally, I probably wouldn't notice any of this.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point that I'm trying to make, Steven. You know what I really want to do? I want to fight. Is it crazy that I want to like actually hire a composite sketch artist and like do this with a whole bunch of streamers? Like, I literally want to fucking hire somebody. How do I find a composite sketch artist? Jesus.
What do you want to do? Like go rob a bunch of streamers and?
No, I don't want to rob anyone. I just,
oh my God.
Really like.
You should at TwitchCon stage a murder, see all the different streamers and how they like describe the murder, see if anybody gets it right.
Oh, okay, great. Who should die? I'm just kidding.
Who was that one girl that got unbanned? That LSF? I'm just kidding. In a video game. But yeah.
Steven, you got to get better at this, because if I actually hire a composite sketch artist, like, you're going to be the first person that I test this shit on.
What, the whole point is to prove that people are naturally bad at this. Why would I like practice at this just so that I can give an unnatural recollection of a like suspect?
Dude, you gotta give it a shot. You gotta fucking play into it. Stop foiling my content, Steven. Get hype, man.
Well, the content is supposed to be that people don't... I can do this if you want. I can like hardcore, like every single person I see, it's like, okay, what are they wearing? Skin color, hair color, identifying characteristics. But like nobody normally thinks that way.
Absolutely, Steven. I want you to straight up Among Us this shit, okay? I want you to give it your blood, sweat, and fucking tears. That's what I want, Steven. You're a smart guy. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, is use your brain, because if you can't do it, nobody can.
Well, normally we can't. That's why we probably shouldn't rely on eyewitness testimony that much. But you know what? Sometimes that's the only non-circumstantial evidence you have.
But, okay, before we even had this conversation, wouldn't you at least feel like an eyewitness testimony was like somewhat reliable? Like, I just can't believe
I understand what you're saying. Intuitively, I would, but we go over like so much like psychology and stuff. Yeah, like we've watched a lot of this and are aware of all of this. Like the difference between like your short-term and long-term memory and like your active versus passive processing is like pretty crazy. But I think most people are aware of this, just not in terms of like eyewitness stuff. Like how many times do you walk into a room and forget what you're doing there, or like you read like 2 paragraphs in a textbook over and over and over again, you don't remember it. Of course, you're not going to like recollect every single detail about a person that you just see for no reason, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Just so I did like a whole like lecture thing on memory today, and it was so interesting to me because I feel like these are things that are useful to people in general, like even outside of forensics. Like, okay, hold on, and we're talking about. Well, that's right. I forgot you just said we've already done all this before.
Sorry, you can still say that. It's all interesting.
No. I'm just gonna fuck myself, Steven. I'll just go fuck myself right here, right now. But what was this called?
Well, if you did, you'd only get a 3-day ban for it. So
that's only if it's 12 seconds, okay? Let's see. Well, narrative construction. Are you familiar with the process of narrative construction?
Probably, yeah. This is gonna be oh God, what the fuck is the name of this? In evolutionary psychology, called a just so story, I'm guessing. It's where you take a collection of facts and then you create a story that's supposed to describe how all these facts come together. I'm guessing, right?
Kind of, yeah. It said the narrative construction was basically when we're telling something about an event, and then there's the really minuscule details like, okay, well, I must have walked to the refrigerator, or I must have gone outside. So we sprinkle those in because it makes sense, but it may not have actually happened. I feel like people do that all the time. Now I feel like I can't trust anything. I can't trust anything. I can't trust my memories. I can't trust other stuff. I can't trust other people's memories. Like the past never even happened. How can I be so sure, Steven?
True. Are you familiar with how like are you familiar with the big differences between how, like memory in a human works versus memory in a computer works? So like for like a computer system, a lot of people think that a lot of the advent of computers has actually damaged how a lot of people view memory because they have a very skewed perception of it. So computer records data, and then when it goes to like recall an event, it just reads recorded data. But for humans, we have like, basically we just have like little clusters of neurons that are all kind of associated with some sense. And anytime we remember something, we're just activating networks to recollect a series of senses that seem to remind us of something. That's like what a human memory is. Sometimes there are stronger paths, sometimes there are weaker paths. This is why, and it explains, if you ever like spend a lot of time in psychology, like researching memory, there are a lot of really fascinating aspects or facets of human memory that we all know, but we don't think about. So like, for instance, here's like a thing. There's like a lot of small tricks about this. I could ask you every single movie you've ever seen, and you would never, ever, ever be able to make that list. You'd forget something, right? Like you just can't.
Yeah, of course.
But if I go through and I have a list of every movie you've ever seen, and I ask you if you've seen this movie before, you'd probably remember like 99% of them, or almost every single one, right?
Okay.
Like, because just saying the name will activate that network, and then you'll remember it.
Well, because I don't have to retrieve it, it's just presented in front of me, and I just have to confirm or deny.
Yeah, basically, like, but I'm saying something that activates that cluster. You might not be able to find it on your own because you can't just think of like, because your brain doesn't archive stuff like that. Like, oh, I have a section for movies or whatever, right? Like it's all just a bunch of like series of senses and everything that are connected. But like in some ways our memory is like really cool and really awesome. In other ways our memory is very fallible and prone to manipulation or prone to incorrect retrieval or whatever. There's probably more, which is like really, really, really crazy. And then we've watched, there's a ton of these, they're really popular in college classrooms where like a professor will come in and talk and blah, blah, blah. And someone will come in and steal something and then run out, and he'll be in the room for like 20 seconds, and you'll get everything from like, I think he was like 6'2", black, wearing a hoodie, to like, oh, he was like a 5'8" white guy in a hat. Like you get like these crazy descriptions, like these variances in descriptions or whatever. It's pretty insane. And like eyewitness testimony is actually like direct evidence, and everybody always thinks that like circumstantial evidence is bad, but like most cases are proved on circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is usually way better than direct evidence. Like DNA evidence, that's circumstantial. DNA evidence never proves a crime. It just shows you that somebody was what?
Yeah, I mean, no, that's true. But it's just like the hoops that investigators have to jump through to build an entire case. Like, okay, the way that I've gathered it is you could have all of the fucking evidence in the world, circumstantial, DNA, whatever. But if the motive doesn't stick to the psychological profile of the person that you're trying to pin it on, if the motive isn't strong enough, the motive is like 50% of it, then the forensic evidence doesn't really have anything to stick to. So then there's also points where like, if you get a strong enough motive and you just like, stack one or two like pretty good pieces of evidence on top of it, it's cut. And then also they have a shitty attorney, fucking cut and dry. But like Casey Anthony, for example, did you know that they literally found Kaylee Anthony's DNA in the back seat of the trunk, and the whole car smelled like a decomposing body, which is like a scent that just you don't smell anywhere. Like investigators know exactly what this smells like. That feels pretty cut and dry, right? Can't find the kid. Car smells like a dead body. DNA, blood in the back seat, right? But they couldn't make her motive stick, and she had a really, really great attorney, so she still gets off on it.
Yeah.
I feel like circumstantial and forensic, it doesn't like it. It's never enough. You need like 10 different fucking things. Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, or sometimes you need almost nothing, depending on the type of jury. At the end of the day, you have to convince a jury, right? Like that's the task. Yeah. So, I mean, if you've got like a black guy in like an all-white town and you're trying to convict him of murder or whatever, you can get by with a lot less evidence than, it just totally depends on the jury and the type of crime. And you're probably right. The motive is probably a really important part because that's probably what sticks with the jury like the hardest, right? Because people think in stories. So having like a good, compelling narrative for why somebody killed somebody else is probably like a really powerful sticking point for most people, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, it really is. Oh, and then I was reading something else where they were basically talking about how when there's big media cases, like of course the jury gets poisoned in it, but you can actually almost use like misinformation to manipulate the memories of the jury. So that's why in court, reasonable doubt is so incredibly powerful because you're just messing with people's brains. It's like fucking with them on a scientific level so that they can't even comprehend half of the information. Dude, this shit is so fucking...
There's something that's like really, really, really interesting. I don't know how I feel about it, but in the United States, you know how for like popular cases, they've got to spend a lot of time trying to get a jury that isn't intimately familiar with what happened because they don't want to be biased, right? So in the United Kingdom, for really big cases like this, they actually make it illegal to report on the details of these cases before the outcome has been determined, because they don't want to poison like any public or any juries against the information. They have like these
the media will jump on that so fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a huge infringement on your freedom of speech. But the question is like, well, is it worth that trade-off? So like in the UK, like they don't have to worry about this as much because they have huge gag orders on a lot of stuff. But I mean, obviously, like, well, you're kind of like fucking over like the media there. But yeah, it's an interesting. I don't know like what's right or wrong there. Just interesting.
What do you feel like is right or wrong there, though? Like, do you feel like this should all be? Okay, so here's an example of a case that's unfolding right now. There's like this tech giant that was like a multi-millionaire, and he had this assistant that he was loaning money to. And at this point, the assistant owed him like $20,000-$30,000, and he was paying him back on a payment plan. But he was still spending a bunch of company dollars. One day, the assistant decides the interest is building up too much. He goes, he kills the dude, and he gets caught dismembering the body inside of the fucking apartment.
Amateur mistake. Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah. So they walk in on him, they catch him I mean, like it feels, but now he's not only claiming not guilty after they walked in on him, but he's not speaking and his attorney's handling everything. So how would you feel if the media just didn't report any details of that and people had no idea that he was basically caught like red-handed?
I mean, on one end, it's not the media's job. Like, it's yeah. Like if you're in court, it's your job as an attorney to figure it out, right?
To communicate that information compellingly enough that it affects the outcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your job. But yeah, I mean, it's a hard one. I really, really, really like. The only thing I don't like about the American justice system is how much it seems to be tied to money. I don't like that. That if you have more money, you can pay for better defense. But other than that, I super love a lot of the facets of like America's legal system. I think it's like super fucking awesome. It might not be unique. There might be a lot of other countries that do the same thing. But the idea that like like for any big trial in the United States, any public person should be able to walk in and observe the trial, and that you have a right for all of it to be public, and that like being confronted by your accused and all that. Like I think there's a lot of facets of our legal system that are super fucking awesome. I appreciate and respect that.
Absolutely, dude. I've just been watching court videos for like hours, and it's one of the I did not expect court videos to be so fucking fascinating to me. It's so interesting. Like one of the things that I just never really thought about the other day was I can't remember what the case was. It was a murder case where the girl ended up getting, I want to say like 10 or 12. Oh, no. Involuntary manslaughter. It was the Michelle Carter case. You know, the case about the girl. Fuck! I should have done that one with you, dude. You know the case of the girl that sent the text to the boy and told him to get back in the car and kill himself?
Oof. Over his cell phone? Is this the one where is she like a high schooler almost or something?
Yeah.
I think because everybody went big.
Do you want me to fill you in on it?
Go for it.
Fuck, I should have read these with you. I went through and I read all of her text messages from the day of I guess, is it a murder or a suicide?
Well, that's what they are, right? Yeah.
They were so fucking bad. Wait, can I just read you some of them?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so to just fill you in on the case, so this is a couple. They were dating. They were 16. I think actually Conrad might have been 18. So they were like 17, 18, seniors in high school. They met and they lived in different states. They lived pretty far away, but they were having this relationship for a few months. And it was more like an online relationship. Yeah. But this guy, Conrad, was incredibly depressed. Like he was actually doing like just video journals where he was talking about how bad his depression was. And to be fair, this guy Conrad is texting this girl Michelle every single day saying that he wants to kill himself. And like she's a 17-year-old girl, and like the way that they tried to argue in court was this was really heavy for her and she didn't know what to do. And like she just thought that Conrad would actually be happier if like, you know, he just wasn't here anymore.
Sure, good argument, but
what ends up happening is the state argues that Michelle had almost a form of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, where she realized that if Conrad killed herself, that she could play victim and benefit from it, which is kind of demonstrated where after he killed himself, she immediately starts posting all this Facebook stuff. She tries to drum up this whole like GoFundMe donation thing. She starts talking about how upset she is and how much she tried to save Conrad and posting all these old messages. And everyone was like, who the fuck is this girl? Let me read you some of the actual texts from the day, okay?
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
God, these are not good. She texted him and said, "Hey, Conrad, you there?" And he's like, "Hey, sorry, I fell asleep." She said, "It's okay. Why haven't you done it yet, though?" And he said, "I'm too messed up." And she said, "What are you talking about? You can't think about it. You just have to do it. You said you were going to do it, and I just don't get why you're not." And he said, "IDK, I don't get it either." So she says, "So I guess you're just not going to do it? All that for nothing. I'm just really confused why you were so ready and determined." And he said,
Wait. What the fuck? Wait. What are you reading right now?
I'm reading the text messages that she sent him.
Oh
the
shit!
day
Never
that
mind.
he
Okay,
killed
sorry.
himself.
I thought you were reading
Did
your
you
text.
zone
I
out
thought
on all of that?
I thought you were reading your text messages to me. Sorry, they sound really similar. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
Why haven't you done it?
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, do you not think that that's fucked already?
No, I'm just
like,
fucking. Yeah, of course it's fucked up. Yeah.
But no, seriously, like, okay, did you at least have a somewhat of a doubt where you were like, oh, maybe she, you know?
We read a lot of these on stream before. Yeah, it was
You've
really
read
good.
these before? You've
We go over this a long time ago. Yeah, of course. This is really fucked up. Yeah.
Fuck you, Steven. Why am I doing? No, we're gonna keep going. Okay,
Yeah, keep going. Fuck it. This is like 4 years ago. Okay, so yeah, refresh us or whatever. I don't know.
Did you read through all of Michelle Carter's text messages 4 years ago?
I'm pretty sure we read through them on stream because when I first read the case, my wonder was, because I had a similar thought. It's like, okay, well, normal people can't deal with suicidal people. I wonder if she was just like, well, listen, if you thought you'd be happy. I have a suicidal friend. People accuse me of like making him kill himself or whatever. It's like, well, maybe these are like innocent conversations. But then I remember that we read through them and it was like, whoa, never mind. This is so fucked up. That was what happened. I remember that. I just don't remember the exact messages, but I know that we read through them. It was like, whoa. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, there's nothing. No.
No? Oh, you're just...
Let me see if there's a really interesting one that we can jog your memory on. But I mean, that's a basically, dude. I mean, her texting her the day of and just saying, "Are you gonna do it? Why haven't you done it yet?"
Pretty fucked up indeed. You talked a lot about killing yourself, and she responded with some like, "You always talk about it, but never do it." Yeah.
Oh, okay, fuck. So this is why I even brought up the whole Michelle Carter thing. So when we were watching her sentencing, dude, my dumbass, I thought that it was just like a really like dramatic thing where they're like, okay, and the verdict is blank. Like they're fucking announcing the Oscars or something like that. I didn't even realize that the sentencing is really like an hour long where the judge also explains like why he came to his conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Michelle Carter's already out too?
I didn't know that, but
she served 11 months for this.
I mean, hot take. Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how people will talk about how virtuous they are when it comes to their views on criminal justice, but as soon as like an actual case comes up, they drop all of it. I don't think kids should be tried as adults. I would never want to have my entire life destroyed for something I did when I was 17, even if it is fucked up. Because, dude, let's be real. When you're 17, you're a fucking moron. People on Reddit and shit or on Twitch or everywhere will always be like, oh, like, it's really important that we have a criminal justice system and we vet every claim and that's blah, blah, blah. But then there'll be a case come up where it's like, oh, like, cop shot somebody and like, oh, fucking execute that fucking pig. Don't no fucking trial. That's bullshit. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Well, hold on. Wait, do we care about this shit or not? But, like, I think kids should be tried as kids. And like, yeah, she served a year for it. That's already like fucking massive, okay? When you're 17, a year is a long fucking time right now. When at our advanced age, okay, going from 40 to 41 is just like the blink of an eye. But for something like this, like that's a huge portion of life. I'm okay with it. Like, should she have told him to fucking kill himself and shit? No. But like, I'm sure that like statistically speaking, at least one person probably killed themselves after I told them to in my countless years of playing League of Legends. And I don't think I should go to jail forever for that. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
God, see, no, I'm kind of almost want to agree with you, but I'm on the other side of it. One of the things they talked about was how important the rehabilitation was to her. For example, if she spent 10 years in jail, she'd probably be incredibly upset, resentful, and come out as a totally different person. If she spends 5 years in jail, like, what does that do to her versus 1 year? Personally, I think that only giving somebody 11 months or having them only serve 11 months after convincing somebody to take their life so that you could benefit off the sympathy of it is going to teach that person that they can get away with a lot of shit just by, being sad and being a good girl. I think that she probably should have gotten at least 2.5 years because that'll fucking change you.
I kind of could agree with you, but one big problem we have about our criminal justice is we just don't really do like rehabilitation, right?
But I mean, even the sentencing is part of the rehabilitation. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I totally disagree. I think if that was true, I think that the U.S. wouldn't have like some of the worst recidivism in the fucking world. I feel like
no, I mean, with proper rehabilitation, do you think that if Michelle Carter got 10 or 20 years, that when she came out, she would be a fucking hardened, resentful criminal, or do you think that she'd be like a sweet, nice, 40-year-old woman?
I think she'd be like pretty resentful and pretty fucked. Yeah, but some people go in and find
part of the rehabilitation.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm just saying, I guess when you say that, it almost sounds like you're saying that, like, if they would be sentenced for longer, that, like, maybe it would be better for them or something.
Mm-hmm. But, no. Yeah, I think it depends on the person and, like, their character. And then I think another thing that they judge off of as well is, like, retribution, which, like, she probably isn't gonna get any revenge after this. But, like, all of that is, like, I think it's, like... The sentencing is based on the person's character, the severity of the crime, rehabilitation opportunities, and then retribution. Mm-hmm. I just feel like 11 months is super fucking short, dude. It is,
but like, what was her crime though?
Using somebody else as a pawn to gain sympathy and, getting them to take their own life. I mean,
the getting them to take their own life part is bad, but like, let's be real. Everybody is a former, okay? Every fucking streamer got mad at me, but let me tell you, dude, okay? Reckful had so many friends on the day he fucking killed himself that I don't think he had any idea we're so close to him, okay? Like the day before. Because a lot of people were on fucking social media about how fucking close we were that I knew personally shit talked him all the fucking time. So like, I don't know, like the whole like gaining sympathy thing, I don't really care that much. I mean, obviously you shouldn't, that's pretty fucked up. But in terms of like a 17-year-old like being stupid and telling someone to kill himself or whatever, like that's really fucked up and they shouldn't do that. But I mean, I don't know if like jail is gonna fix that. Like this is some shit, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I think this is some shit that you do when you're like 17, and then like when you're like 23, 24, you look back, you're like, man, I was really shitty, like that was really stupid, why the fuck did I do that back then? But I don't know if it's worth like destroying somebody's life over. But
interesting.
When it comes to justice, I'm a big rehabilitation cuck though, so that's just how I view things. It's not like there's not a right or wrong here also. Like this is just like different people have different views on.
So, okay, this is something that I haven't really thought too much about, but now I'm kind of curious of. Do you think that if you were like a judge or something, if you were constantly looking at the family of the victim or whatever of whatever happened, do you think that would affect your sentencing?
No, like I don't care. I don't give a fuck about the families of the victims ever. I actually hate that aspect of it where like families are like,
why do victim impact statements exist?
Sure, I know, but I'm just saying that like the whole point of justice is that it's supposed to be somewhat blind. Like there's a reason why we don't do like vengeance. Like we don't do like this eye for an eye shit. If somebody did anything to my son, if somebody like molested my son or some shit, I would want to fucking kill that person, okay? But like, it's the system's job is to keep me from doing it, right? That like, just because that's my personal desire doesn't mean that's how society ought to function, you know?
Oh man, dude, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Like the family shouldn't have that much impact on the statement because obviously those people are going to be really upset, really fucking angry.
Yeah, and they're just going to want fucking revenge. They don't care what's in the best interest of the state or of the perpetrator. They just want to get vengeance for the crime that was committed.
Dude, that's hard. I feel like there's got to be a lot more like written about those two topics combined. I'm kind of curious like what really good points there are.
Well, a lot of this is like, it's not necessarily like right or wrong, like legal arguments. A lot of this is literally just like philosophy, right? Like, what should the purpose of, like prison be? Like, in the United States, it's largely for retribution. I think in the U.S., our legal system is largely retributive, or not the legal system in theory, but the legal system in practices. And you can see this a lot too. Like again, the same people that will like pretend that like, oh yeah, like jail should be about rehabilitation. If like a child molester or like some serial killer goes to jail, everybody in the comment section is like, I hope this motherfucker gets raped every fucking day. I can't wait for his asshole to get fucking exploded in prison. Like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like that's not really what prison's supposed to be for. Like.
Asshole to explode.
Yeah, but like people go crazy on that shit, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess.
No, it's true. But then also, a lot of times in my chat, oh my god, I have murderer sympathizers in my fucking. Okay, here's one that we got into it the other day. Do you know about the Vincent Lee case? Wait, is this fucked up that I'm just coming to your channel and talking about murder?
No, go for it.
Oh no, now I feel kind of bad because like.
Why?
I don't know. Okay. All right. Do you know about the Vincent Lee, or I think it's called like the Greyhound murder?
I do not. Wait. Maybe I should pull my chat real quick. Do you guys want to see me talk about this Minecraft mod pack more and continue to explore this? Or do you want Boze going about these really boring murder things? What do you think they're gonna say?
Fuck. The Minecraft mod pack.
Shut
That's
the
what everyone's
fuck
here
up.
for.
Yeah, or I'm sorry. Oh shit! Oh, I almost said something really bad. Sorry. Okay. All right.
What?
Oh, I almost told you to K, then Y. Yeah, the bad one. Fuck yeah. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
Okay,
That's
go ahead. Hit us up. What do you got?
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Greyhound murders. Whoa. Okay. Oh. Morality. So, there was a guy named Vincent Lee, and back in around 2005, this was in Canada. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia. I have to preface this by saying that schizophrenics are generally non-violent. I think I've heard of one other case where somebody that had schizophrenia killed somebody, but they also had some kind of disorder that was hormonal, and she had like too much testosterone, which made her really angry. So just like in general, I don't hear about cases of schizophrenics getting violent. So this is a really odd one because this is about to get fucking nuts. So 2005, he's diagnosed with schizophrenia, but he doesn't want to get on medication because like in his culture, mental illness just doesn't exist. But schizophrenia is one of those diseases that like you need to be medicated for. Like you just fucking need to. Like depression, like maybe not, people can be okay. A lot of people can even manage like bipolar disorder, but like schizophrenia, like 99% of the time you have to take medication to function day to day. And Vincent chose not to. So there was a guy named, hold on, let me see what his name was. I want to say it was Alex. Okay, his name is Tim. So Vincent boards a Greyhound bus, and this guy named Tim McLean, as well as like two of his other friends, board this Greyhound bus. And they think that this guy, Vincent Lee, is a little weird. He's just sitting there. He's like, you know, in his early 50s or something. He's just like sitting here holding his backpack, and he looks really fucking sketchy. And with absolutely no warning, he pulls out a knife and he starts stabbing Tim McLean like in the heart, in the neck, like all this shit. And people are like, what the fuck? Because it's just all out of nowhere, and everyone's like stuck on this bus, okay? He fucking, dude, he gouged his eyes out, tried to decapitate him with a fucking like machete, stabs him in the heart, and like everyone on the bus starts freaking out and they're running away. Like everyone described it like as an absolute nightmare because he's just on top of this man trying to like decapitate him with this knife. And so everyone starts running off the bus and is like, I need to get the fuck out of here, fucking terrified. Tim's basically dead at this point. And then like all the people outside the bus are panicking, and this guy pulls up in a big truck, like these two like big fucking chads, and they come out and they're like, what's going on? People tell him what's going on. This dude takes like this giant metal bar from the back of his truck and then gets on the bus ready to beat Vincent's fucking ass. He's like a big burly dude, and he gets on the bus and he sees this dude over another guy's body in like a pool of blood, and he's literally eating him. Okay, so my man, the Chad, he said fuck that. He gets off the bus, shuts the door. Okay. So in Canada, they let me ask you this, Steven. If you were in America and you got on this bus and you saw this man decapitated and another dude eating his heart covered in blood, would you shoot?
Well, I mean, if the other dude is already dead, might as well let the guy enjoy his meal, I guess.
No, fucking Steven!
I mean, the dude's dead anyway if he's not hurt anybody else.
I mean,
fuck.
but like you would shoot. I mean, that's what I would shoot. I would shoot on sight, bro.
Okay.
Pow. So what actually happens is in Canada, you can't shoot this dude. So the Canadian government, they come in, they have to like tear gas the bus. They're trying to knock Vincent out, and they take him into custody and shit. So he ends up getting he obviously ends up getting convicted, blah, 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 pleads mental illness, which like, obviously, blah, blah, blah. And Vincent Lee is now released. So this happened in 2008. He basically went to, he obviously went to a mental hospital for this. I had a lot of people in my chat defending him because they said that he was mentally ill and like he couldn't do anything about it. How would you feel as like a victim, not a victim, a family member of Tim McLean with this guy just like, I mean, there's no, I guess it's fuck because it is mental illness. It really fucking is. But I think it's really odd to defend that. Like, I feel like if you're diagnosed with schizophrenia and like you're having any type of suicidal or homicidal thoughts, like you have to be like committed, or you have to be on some kind of medication.
So the question would be, so first of all, I don't care how the family feels.
Yeah, you give me the question. You figure out the question.
Never do that. Okay. So the question is at what point would we assign this guy responsibility for his actions?
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so good at this stuff. Okay, at what point would we assign?
Yeah.
Responsibility for his actions?
Yeah, so a lot of people will look at the agent that is committing the actual bad act, right? So the guy actually murdering the dude. And at that point, we can say like, well, it's not really fair to hold him responsible. He's got a mental illness. I think for a parallel of this, I would say drunk driving, right? When you're driving drunk, you're not really well in control of yourself. If you accidentally kill somebody, like it's not really fair to hold a drunk person accountable for their actions. But the person that we do hold accountable for the actions is the sober person that decided to drink and then drive. If you're sober and you drink, then you hold that person responsible, right? Well, you had the ability to make these choices when you were of sound mind, so you should accept the responsibility for what comes afterwards. And I think a similar argument could be made in the case of somebody like this. If you have some sort of mental illness or ailment that could put you at a predisposition towards injuring other people, and you consciously choose to forego treatment for it, it seems as though you ought to accept the outcomes of anything that happens as a result of your refusal to get treatment. Now, if he didn't have access to treatment because the medication was too expensive, or there was some other like prohibiting factor, then the responsibility shifts a little bit. But assuming all else equal, he had the ability to treat his condition and he chose not to, then anything that results from that said condition seems like it should be his responsibility, since he made the choice to forgo remedying that state of mind. That's how I would view that.
Okay. Yeah, pretty true. Pretty true. Okay, now I'm just going to throw the other really stupid ass shit that they said to me after this, and I just want to hear your take on this. You're great. Where they basically said that in Asian culture, sometimes mental illness is just not taken seriously or just doesn't exist. So he was hard conditioned from a young age to believe that this medication is not something that he needs.
Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to take into account like conditioning at childhood. And I don't know if that's something that we ought to be concerned with when it comes to sentencing. I think for rehabilitation, maybe it's important. But like that same argument, if we were to accept that some influence when you're a child can be used to override the moral responsibility that you have making decisions as an adult, I'm pretty sure a large number of people that molest people, especially children, were molested themselves as children. So in that case, like, do those people get to abdicate their responsibility to being a morally good person because when they were a child, their life was fucked? I'm sure you know the famous, the Wayne Gacy, John Wayne Gacy. What the fuck is the guy's name? Do you know what I'm talking about?
John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah, the clown dude. Like that guy, I'm pretty sure was abused a lot as a kid as well. Like, does that mean that we forgive him in his adulthood for the decisions that he made as a result of trauma in his childhood?
No, but that's an excuse that's used by defense like all the time. All the fucking time.
Well, good, it should be. I mean, your goal as defense is defend yourself from charges from the state, of course. You should use whatever defense you can. I don't think it's personally good defense, but I mean, you should try whatever you can, right? I'm
taking notes. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to extract from your brain? Oh my God, do you know a lot about financial crimes?
We've seen a little bit. We watched, is Square the company in Europe? Fuck, what was the name of the big financial company in Europe? It was worth over $1 billion or something, and it was just completely and totally all fucking, was it Wirecard?
The Square? Like the credit card?
No, I'm thinking of Wirecard, not Square, sorry. Wirecard was like a massive company. Was it German, I think, that was like growing and growing. This was like fucking, this was like a fucking $1 billion company or more, and it was just totally fabricated. Oh shit, do you know who Martin Shkreli was?
The name sounds familiar.
Oh, he was called Farmer Bro, the guy that people got mad at for raising the cost of the drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy, I got to chat with him for a few hours on stream, and one of the most awkward moments on the stream, and I thought maybe I just didn't know enough, but it felt like he was basically coming onto my stream, and in part of our conversation, it felt like he was describing fraud. Like, when he was talking to me, he was like, hey, so a lot of people accuse me of doing bad stuff. Basically what happens is I run a hedge fund, and if my hedge fund isn't performing well, I take money out of like some other business, and I just like shore up my customer accounts in the hedge fund. And I'm like, that sounds super illegal. And he's like, oh, no, it's okay. I'm just taking care of my customers. Like, okay. But he was convicted on that, and I don't know how long he's in jail for now. So that was really fucking weird. So a lot of people around the world hate that guy because of the pharmacy shit. Let's see, what other, I mean, Enron is super interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into Enron. I know a little bit about it, but I'm gonna jump into it tonight. This Wirecard thing seems really interesting.
The Wirecard thing is super interesting. This is just totally nothing. It's crazy.
Oh man, I worked for a YouTube company that did like some crazy dude, did you ever hear about like the Defy Media fallout? There was that really big YouTube MCN.
What was the name of it? Oh yeah.
Defy Media.
No, I haven't.
Dude, that's where I fucking worked when I was at Smosh. Basically, they had this crazy. Do you know what an MCN is? Multi-channel network.
Multi-channel network on YouTube, yeah. Collection of channels. You've got representation against YouTube, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like Defy was one of the very, very first MCNs. Like people just didn't even know what it was, but they basically pitched themselves by saying like, hey, we own Smosh and a bunch of other really big channels. And if you sign with us, then none of your videos will ever get taken down. And like a couple years ago, there was no way to like prevent your videos from taken down unless you were with one of these MCNs. So what they did was they had everybody sign up through their MCN. So their YouTube paychecks were directed to Defy Media. And then Defy Media would take their percentage of the cut, might have been like 2%, 5%. Fuck, we don't fucking know. They'd take their percentage of the cut and then send the check back to the creator. But what they were actually doing behind the scenes was all that money that was coming in month over month, they were claiming that as their revenue. So like if Mr. B, like who's a really, you know who Matt Pat is? Matt Pat was under their MCN. So when Matt Pat would bring in, you know, $175,000 for the month, Defy Media was claiming that they brought in $175,000 a month. And then they were going to these companies like fucking Nickelodeon and Disney, whatnot, and they were trying to sell and claim that they made all of this money when in reality, out of that $175,000, $172,000 was going right back to Matt Pat. So these companies didn't know that they were just bundling all of this shit in. So when it ended up going under in the last 2 months, Defy was in so much debt. They were in millions of dollars of debt. They actually took the money from the creators in the last 2 months. Then they filed for bankruptcy and all that money went away. So everyone that was under this MCN lost thousands or fucking, actually, did anyone say million? No, I think just thousands, like thousands of dollars.
I'd have to read more carefully. It's not bad to claim the revenue of the talent under you as your own revenue. It just depends on the structure of how that's paid out. So for instance, there are some companies will, if you have like a talent agency, some company will, they will collect the revenue that you do for a sponsor deal. Let's say I do a sponsor deal for car company X and I run the deal. What happens is car company X will make the check out to my current talent agency is Evolved. And I think what Evolved does is they get that money, they take their cut and then they pay me out. So technically, my income is their revenue. However,
that's what they did too.
At the end though, in the accounting part, your net revenue would be the revenue minus the expense of paying that out to me. The only scary part is that if a company like that is handling your payment like that, and you're getting paid on like, have you ever heard the terms like net 30 or net 60 or whatever?
Yes, Steven.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just fucking okay. So like if you're getting paid out on like,
I never put out an invoice.
I don't. I'm just checking.
Fuck you. Okay. For free.
My bad. You know what? I mansplained. You got me. I mansplained. Sorry. Okay. So so if you're getting paid out on a net 60, and the company that is like paying you is starting to become illiquid, like they're starting to have like a ton of debt and they can't figure their shit out, before fucking over their investors, they're probably gonna fuck over their talent, right? Hey guys, sorry, paychecks are running a little late. It's the holiday season. Blah blah blah. What they're hoping is they can start to make more and more money to shore up whatever debt they had so that they can pay out their talent later, but they would fuck over the talent before the investors because talent isn't going to leave. Absolutely. Because they're on the hook because talent's not going to leave because they want to hold on to those paychecks and the investors will fucking take their money and leave. So you want to pay out investors first. Yeah. This is how I got fucked when I switched to owned a long time ago. They owed me like 30 grand and they never paid me out, and then the company went bankrupt and I just got completely fucked out of all that money.
Oh, so this happened to you before too. Yeah, I just looked. Matt Pat said that he lost $1.7 million.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I would never, ever. I think with Evolved, I think they handle my money because I don't care because it's just my agency. But if I was doing something where somebody else was running like a lot of my business, I would never, ever funnel all of my income through another company like that. Fuck no. The checks would be made out to me and I'll pay you a cut of that. Fuck that bullshit.
No, but that's how they always do it. That's how CAA does it too. And,
you can negotiate the contract if you want. Like if you want to argue it, like, or just don't do it. Like people oftentimes, contracts are meant to be negotiated. Like you can say like, yo, change this, or hey, I don't want to do this. Like, and if they want you, they'll sign it. Like if you're a decent now, if you're like a 100 viewer guy, then like maybe they won't. But a lot of times people will. They're not there to like fuck you with the contract. Most contracts are boilerplate. They've got like a standard contract. They send it out to everybody. If you want to change a clause or two, as long as you're not like destroying the contract, most people are like, oh yeah, sure, fuck it, we can change it or whatever, and then they'll fucking do it. And you're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, well, but I mean, like the other problem is too, like so many people getting into like the industry or doing something and being presented with a contract and not knowing how to handle that. Like we don't equip a lot of people that are signing these contracts. Like you saw what happened to Mia.
Mia Khalifa or Mia, which one? There's like 20 different
dude. Oh my god, Mia Khalifa, like she was like, I think she was 21. That contract fucked her for life.
Yeah, maybe I would have to look at it. I'm not sure. It's not, contract stuff is something that I'm gonna fall against creators a lot because I think a lot of people just don't read it. Like Dave Chappelle, I love Dave Chappelle. He's my favorite comedian in the world. I think I've told you this. I love Dave Chappelle, and not just because he's black, you stupid fuck. I love Dave Chappelle. He's super cool, super smart.
What?
But when he talks about like contract stuff, I think it's really cringy. I disagree with a lot of his complaints.
Because you were informed. Like you were pretty informed. A lot of these people, they just don't. And you know, God, think about. Okay, I don't know if you were ever like this, Steven, but there's so many people that like at 16, 17, 20 or whatever, their agreeableness is just like
through the roof, and people take advantage of it. Yeah.
Yes, and they feel like if I don't say yes to this, then this person's going to leave forever, or they're not going to like me anymore. Or if I push back on this at all, or they think like I'm not good enough, so if I fight back, they'll just drop me. And so many people have that mentality. Yeah. So like, I just don't think it's fair to be like, well, you stupid fuck, you should have read the contract, you know?
Oh, a lot of them should have. But no, I know what you mean.
I think that we could do a better job of telling people why they should read the contracts and at least what to look out for. Like at the very least, like I can't believe there's so many creators that don't know what like in perpetuity means. Or like I had somebody that they tried to get them to sign their life rights over because they were like, oh, we want to do a documentary on you. Okay, we'll just sign this. And what it was a contract called the life rights, which basically meant that this company, they were the only people that could tell her story in perpetuity. Then they ended up changing that to 5 years. So it's like if they didn't sell the documentary in 5 years, they don't own it anymore, but they would own every aspect of
So
her
if she
story.
did some crazy famous stupid shit like 10 years later, they would still have exclusive rights to cover that, even if she wanted to sell that story to somebody else. Yeah, sure.
Yes. And it's the whole, it's everything that you do, you know? And people will sign that shit. They absolutely will, and they don't know any better.
Yeah, true.
Wait, now I wonder if Dave had an agent. He had to have had like an agent or a manager when he was.
He said he did, but like one thing that's hard for a lot of normal people to understand is that a lot of financing into talent or research or anything, a lot of it has to cover stuff that doesn't work. And a lot of people don't realize that. Did you follow the Tfue drama with, what team was it? Was it FaZe?
No, I haven't.
Oh God, fuck. Oh, I hope I don't fuck this up when I follow this. Okay. Also, I love you, Tfue. If you listen, I'm sorry. Apparently, he used to be a fan of mine. He hosts me sometimes. Okay. So, if you listen to this, I love you all the time.
Wait, should you say it? Or you?
No, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna not.
Okay, I don't give a fuck. And are you torching it, or two different things?
No, I'm not torching it. Okay. Okay. So, I hope not. So, basically, Tfue was part of a contract with FaZe, where the contract basically covered where they took like a lot of the money that he made from deals. It was like, was it like 70%, I think? But they offered him like a flat rate of like $1,000 a month, I think, as a paycheck or something. I think it was something like that. But well, hold on. These sound really exploitative, but on the majority of these contracts, you're losing money, okay? Most players that join these teams are never gonna fucking earn you a fucking dollar. Or if you package them with a fuck ton of other content, maybe you get like a little bit, but you're never ever making money on these players. So the reason why you sign these contracts where you're paying these flat fees is because you wanna make it so that if somebody does blow up and get big, you're capitalizing on that success. So basically you're waiting for those 1 or 2 diamonds in the rough to fund and pay for all the other contracts that you sell out. Yeah. Well, what happened was that Tfue was that diamond in the rough. He signed on to FaZe. He got one of those exploitative contracts. But because he was on FaZe, he got a lot of sick connections. He played in a lot of fucking events with other FaZe people. And then he blew up and got huge. And then Tfue was like, wait a second, hold on. My contract is bullshit. I'm just gonna fucking flip. I'm just leaving this contract. Fuck that. I'm walking. Even though FaZe tried to renegotiate the contract with him, where they were doing like a 100% cut to him with like $1 million a year flat or multi-million-dollar a year flat fee. They tried to renegotiate, and he didn't do it. He just walked. And it's like, well, okay. And everybody in the internet took Tfue's side on that because they're like, oh, this contract is so exploitative. But what they don't see are like the hundreds of fucking people that will move in and out of a team that will never make that team a dollar in their life, who get the chance to try, and that team is willing to pay them like some flat fee and then send them gear, housing, or whatever. And like, yeah, I think a lot of people do this with like, this is super tangential, but like with pharmaceutical companies too. People are like, why is this drug so expensive? It's like, well, because you're not just paying for that drug, and you're not just paying for the R&D into that drug. You're paying for the R&D for every single drug that came before it and failed. Like, that's why that stuff is so expensive. Yeah, sorry, okay.
No, wait, what did you say? Sorry. No,
There's a long explanation.
That,
yeah.
No, that absolutely makes sense. God, I have another example that I want to say so bad, but I'm not.
Do it. Do it.
No.
Do it, pussy. Do it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that's corporate Boze here. Too scared to say shit about anybody. But
No, but I do want to ask you about it later because it's so funny.
Wait, type who it's about. Just type it. Just do it.
Hold on.
Just type it, dude. Don't be a baby. Okay, no. That's like a 2-year. That's an ask me in 5-year meme. Okay.
Maybe. Nah, dude. 2 years. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Anyway.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense to me, but then it's like also at the same time, oh my God, you know what the juiciest part of that is? What I've learned about Twitch. I probably shouldn't say this, but
What's that? Yeah, go ahead. Juicy part. What is it?
The juiciest part is, you know how like all this stuff eventually, like when there's drama in the Twitch community and it all comes to a head and then all the public hears everything, and we know like that's not even half the story. Like,
yeah. It's always funny because and always like, but the funniest thing when stuff starts going public is what I'm doing behind the scenes, or actually I'm usually saying it on stream. I'm usually like, oh, dude, like I hope the one thing leaks too, and like sometimes the best stuff doesn't. You're like, fuck.
Oh, I know. Or like when something becomes, or before it becomes public and you're like talking to somebody about it and there's all these just crazy details and you're like, oh shit, what is this? And then the story comes out and it's just so white bread. It's so PR statement. And like everyone on Twitter is freaking out because they think that this is really juicy information, but they have no fucking idea. Oh, the behind the scenes Twitch drama it goes so much deeper.
Yeah, true. So how's streaming going?
Good. I'm trying to like actually like learn more stuff. So I've been doing like all these lectures on like criminology or like forensics. I have so many like really cool ones I want to do. I want to do toxicology. I want to do criminal justice stuff. Dude, that course is gonna be so fucking boring, but I'm gonna do it. Toxicology, computer forensics. Yeah. Doing all that stuff because I feel like, dude, you always know so much shit. Like you be talking to people about stuff and then you just pull some facts out of your ass. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to say, some facts about the Witness Protection Agency or some shit like that. I want to be popping off, so I'm trying to learn stuff.
When you learn like a bunch of like random shit about random shit, eventually like everything will start to connect to itself, and like you already know like a lot of random shit. So like at some point you're gonna have a friend. And this is what I do, and it reinforces it, and then everybody thinks I'm so smart. Like, you're going to have some friend that's like, oh my God, like, fuck, where was that pencil? I just had it. And then you're going to be like, hey, did you know that human memory is actually super fallible and that it's not uncommon that you're forgetting? And you're going to be able to just rattle off a whole bunch of fucking shit, right?
That's what I want. Yeah. That's all I want.
There you go.
Dude, do you ever watch JCS? Have you ever watched a JCS video before, Steven?
Yeah, we've watched a few.
Fuck, really? Dude, do you like that? I feel like they're so good. A new one just came out. I'm so fucking excited. It's a Jodi Arias, but I covered the Jodi Arias thing a while ago. Oh my God, that bitch is crazy. Wait, did I tell you what her nickname was? I don't remember.
What was it?
Doggy Door Jodi.
Why is that?
What? I didn't tell you that? Okay, wait. No, this is the other one. I feel like everyone knows about the Jodi Arias case for the most part. Do you think she's attractive? Can you say that?
If you're asking me that, then the answer is probably yes. I'm guessing she's probably really attractive, and it's like a faux pas to say that or something.
Okay. But yeah, no. She was like absolutely fucking insane. And when she broke up with her boyfriend before she killed him, she would like try to seduce him all the time and just like show up at his house and just show up in like crazy outfits, like fucking half naked. And then eventually he just stops letting her in.
Shit. Oh, lame. Okay, go ahead.
And eventually he stops letting her in because he's Mormon and he feels like she's compromising his religion. But I think she like kind of gets off to it. The fact that she's like so beautiful and has so much power that she can make him go against his religion and shit like that, Yeah. And so eventually Travis is like, I can't handle this shit anymore. And he starts locking Jodi out. He's like, Jodi, fuck off. Jodi starts crawling through the doggy door to get into his house. And she would just show up in his bed and he'd be like, all right, well, she's committed. I guess I gotta fuck her. That's actually a thing. That bitch was crazy. Then she killed him.
Damn.
Okay. Steven?
What's up?
It's been real.
Real dumb. I'm sorry, that's just mean. I don't know.
You don't have to apologize. That's okay.
Yeah.
When do you think I'm gonna like break down just because you said, oh,
Yeah, well,
he's been dumb?
What are we at? What's the counter for girls who made cry on stream on this stream, guys? Is it 5 or 6 girls? I don't remember.
Dude, I cry pretty easily. Wait, who did
Destiny
I cry?
and Boze talking
Oh, wait,
about
I'm gonna go on
true
DGG. Can somebody
crime.
link me on the box?
It
I
really
wanna
is
watch,
Christmas
or is
3.
there just like a compilation of you making girls cry?
I don't remember.
There has to be. Anna didn't cry. Oh wait, we can't talk about that. We're not talking.
Probably a good idea. Wait, why is this not making paper clips? I'm not using the right catalog.
Wait, who all have you made cry?
You know, they're just.
You don't have to say it. You don't. Wait, can chat tell me?
Oh, it's not
I'll look this
power.
up. Hold on.
God, I'm so dumb.
Destiny. Destiny cries. Have you ever cried?
I don't.
Destiny debates woman into crying. I'm gonna make someone cry. You did not say that.
What is this? I don't know what you're watching.
I'm watching a video of you cry on stream.
I'm crying. What am I crying over?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm looking at another one.
I think we made Jenna cry. I think we've gotten Anna.
You made who cry?
Jenna?
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Sacred Light. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Is that one of your
Jenna cried.
faves?
Okay,
That's
never
one of my
mind.
favorites.
Jenna didn't cry, never mind. I don't know. Listen, it's not an accomplishment. I'm just saying that, like, we were very harsh on the stream, okay?
Dude, do you want to argue
apparently
about something one day?
Want to argue about something? What do you want to argue about?
I have no idea. I just want to smash you in something. I just want to like absolutely slam dunk you into the fucking ground.
Maybe we should choose something you could actually do that in then.
Hilarious, Steven. You give me 5 minutes, I swear to God, I'll fucking smoke you.
Do you really believe that?
I mean, if there was actually a good topic that I was pretty passionate about, absolutely.
All right, well, okay. If that doesn't work, we can play Overwatch or something, okay? Don't you play that game? Aren't you? I feel like every time I look at you on Discord, it's like playing Overwatch.
I know, but like that, like I was like, that was such a roast. Like that was such like a shit roast. Like, yeah, all right. Well, if you don't do well, maybe
I'm not roasting you. It was an invitation to play like Overwatch.
Well, then why do I feel slightly toasted?
I don't know. Damn, dude. Figure it out. Okay. Anyway.
How many people do you think you've made cry off stream in the past year? Rough estimate.
Does that include my personal relationships? Probably quite a few then.
Fuck, Steven. How does that make you feel?
Not good. I'm a pretty rough person to get along with.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you ever feel bad when like you make somebody cry, or do you just like, or is it just like we'll deal with this later?
You know, I feel pretty bad. I'm a pretty difficult person, you know.
Steven? It's been real. By the way, I'm really glad we got to chat about everything Texas related yesterday. You're going to Miami this week, right?
Orlando and then Miami, yeah.
Orlando and then Miami? Okay.
Don't do the Disney World thing.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm only asking because I figured you were going down for the holidays, so I thought it would be great to just let you know everything about Miami before you got there, so that when you get there, you're like, whoa, this is, you know, just to, by the way, is there a reason why you're only going there for 1 day, but you're planning to move there forever? Like, you're not excited to
I've gone there
spend
for
town?
like 4 days or 5 days. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, I thought you said it was like 1 day. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Well, you know, have fun, explore down there. Hope you have a realistic impression of what your life in Miami is going to be like.
Yeah? Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Steven, take care.
Okay, keep it real, dude.
Be safe, all right, buddy?
Yep, bye. Peace.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.
Like what the fuck